Let's be honest. When your air conditioner dies, especially on a hot day, it feels like a full-blown crisis. But what if it's not? What if it's actually an opportunity? In this explainer, we're going to give you a clear, no-nonsense guide to turn that super stressful moment into a really smart, long-term decision for your home. So picture this. It's the hottest day of the year, the house is getting stuffy, and you realize the AC is dead. The panic sets in, right? Your first thought is probably, I need to get this fixed, and I need to get it fixed now. But is the fastest fix actually the smartest move for your wallet in the long run? And hey, if you feel totally unprepared for this, you are definitely not alone. I mean, think about it. This is something most of us will only have to deal with a few times in our entire lives. It's a huge, infrequent purchase, and the technology has probably changed a ton since the last time you even thought about it. Okay, so before you even start looking at brands or fancy features, you've got a fundamental question to answer. It's the first big fork in the road. Do you try to repair what you've got, or is it finally time to replace the whole thing? Here's a great little rule of thumb to help you out. It's called the $5,000 rule, and it's some simple math you can do on the spot. You just take the age of your system and multiply it by the cost of the repair. So for example, if your unit is 10 years old and the repair is going to cost $600, well, 10 times 600 is $6,000. Since that's over $5,000, this rule suggests that putting that money into an old system just isn't worth it. It's a fantastic way to cut through the stress and just look at the numbers. So this really boils down to a classic trade-off, doesn't it? A repair is obviously the cheaper option right now. It gets the cold air blowing again. But if your unit is getting on in years, you're kind of just putting a Band-Aid on one problem, waiting for the next thing to break. Replacing is a bigger check to write today, for sure. But what you're buying is modern efficiency, which means lower energy bills, and, maybe best of all, the peace of mind that comes with a brand new, full system warranty. All right, let's say you do decide to replace. Get ready because you are stepping into a whole new world of technology. Today's HVAC systems are way more sophisticated than the old on or off boxes you might be used to. You know, in the early days of air conditioning, your options were kind of like Henry Ford's famous line about the Model T. You basically had one choice. Back then, energy was cheap, nobody was talking about efficiency standards, and honestly, people were just thrilled to have any kind of AC at all. And that one choice was this, the single-stage system. Its compressor knows one thing, go. It's either running at full blast, 100% capacity, or it's completely off. It's just like a basic light switch. There's no dimmer, it's just on or off. And as you can guess, that makes it the least efficient option because it's using maximum power every single time it kicks on. Then things got a little smarter with the two-stage system. This gives you way more control. It's got a low setting running at about 65% capacity, which is perfect for most normal mild days. But it still has the power to kick into high gear at 100% when it gets really, really hot. Think of it like a fan with a low and a high speed. It's just more efficient because it doesn't have to go full throttle all the time. And that brings us to today with variable speed systems. Now, this is the absolute top of the line technology. Instead of one or two settings, the compressor can make tiny, constant adjustments, running anywhere from, say, 25% all the way up to 100% capacity. It's literally like cruise control for your house, constantly sipping just the right amount of energy instead of guzzling it. This gives you the best possible efficiency and amazing humidity control.
So here's the bottom line when it comes to the tech. There is a direct trade-off between how much you pay upfront and how much you pay every month on your energy bill. A single-stage system, it's the cheapest to buy, but it's going to be the most expensive to run. A variable speed system is the total opposite. It's a bigger investment now, but you'll see much, much lower energy bills for years to come.
Okay, so you're getting a handle on the technology. But now comes another huge question, one that everybody asks. Which brand name should you get? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. This is probably the number one question homeowners ask. And it makes sense, right? We're all conditioned to look for the best brand, whether we're shopping for a car or a TV. But you know what? In the HVAC world, the name on the side of the unit is not the most important part of the equation. Not even close. And here it is. This is the most important takeaway of this entire guide, so lean in. You can buy the most advanced, highest rated, most incredible piece of equipment on the market, but if it's not installed correctly, you will never, ever get the performance or the efficiency you paid for. The quality of the installation is, quite literally, everything. So what does this mean for you? It means your research should be less about brand names and way more about finding a top-tier contractor. You want to look for a company that's fully licensed and insured, has a long track record of glowing customer reviews, and, this is crucial, insists on coming to your home to do a proper evaluation before giving you a quote. A good technician will explain all your options clearly and stand behind their work with a written guarantee.
All right, let's talk about the bottom line. Let's talk money. When you get that quote from a contractor, what are you actually paying for? Because it's a whole lot more than just the metal box that sits outside your house.
That final price tag is a mix of a few key things. The technology you pick is the big one, of course, but just as important is that professional evaluation of your home. See, a system that's too big or too small is a disaster. It'll struggle to keep you comfortable, and it will waste a ton of energy. So getting the size just right is critical. And finally, always ask about financing options, seasonal specials, and any rebates that might be available to make that investment a little easier to manage.
Look, a sudden HVAC failure is definitely stressful, there's no doubt about it, but it really is an opportunity. It's a chance to seriously upgrade your home's comfort, to lower your monthly bills, and to make a smart long-term investment. And now you have the key info you need to do exactly that. So as you go through this process, just ask yourself this one question. Are you just trying to get the cold air running again as fast as possible? Or are you investing in the comfort, the efficiency, and the peace of mind that you and your family are going to enjoy for the next 10 or 15 years? The choice is yours.